The book of Exodus is the second book of the Old Testament in the Bible, and it tells the story of how the Israelites were delivered from slavery in Egypt and received the law from God at Mount Sinai. The story begins with the Israelites living in Egypt, where they had become slaves to the Pharaoh. Moses had been raised as an Egyptian prince, is called by God to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. With the help of God, Moses confronts the Pharaoh and demands that he release the Israelites from slavery. After a series of plagues that God sends upon the Egyptians, the Pharaoh finally agrees to let the Israelites go. The Israelites then journey through the wilderness, led by God's pillar of cloud and fire. They are pursued by the Egyptian army, but God miraculously parts the Red Sea to allow the Israelites to escape. The Israelites then received the law from God at Mount Sinai, including the Ten Commandments and other instructions for worship and daily life. However, while Moses is receiving the law from God, the Israelites become impatient and make a golden calf to worship. This leads to God's anger and punishment. But Moses intercedes on behalf of the people and God forgives them. The book of Exodus also describes the construction of the tabernacle, a portable sanctuary where God's presence would dwell among the Israelites, in the establishment of the priesthood and other rituals of worship. Overall, the book of Exodus is a story of God's deliverance and provision for the Israelites, and it emphasizes the importance of faith and obedience to God's commands. It also provides a foundation for understanding the role of the law, the worship, and the sacrifice in the Old Testament.